All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. All right. This is gonna be a quick one. Just because, I zoomed around to see what was going on, in the last couple of hours. And so now I wanna give my responses. Okay, so first of all, you know how people will say, well, not people, I'm sorry, Sharon will say, she doesn't go after anybody unless they go after her first and stuff like that. Okay, fine, if you want to pretend that. Um, well, on her last live, I noticed at the end of it. I'm gonna wait till there's a few people in here. I don't want to, sit here talking and there's a few people in here. Okay, that's enough for me. So anyhow, okay. So at the end of her last live, I noticed that she said, "And thank you, Kenzie, for the Cash App." Well, that's very nice of Kenzie. Now I want you guys to know my crime. All right, my crime to Sharon for her to start her, her parodies about me that she claims weren't about cancer. If they weren't, then why wear a wig? Um, all right, we're all because of I accepted a half-ass apology. Now, Kenzie doesn't come on my live stream. I don't really have any dealings with Kenzie, whatever, other than they go around telling people I'm their mother, but that's fucking stupid. I don't know. Anyway, but the bottom line is that her problem was that Kenzie had left a message on my oh, in fact, it was the video that I had done where I told about how my hair came off in one piece in the towel, which the very next day, no, maybe it wasn't that one, as a matter of fact, because um, I'm not sure how soon when Sharon had made the month picture though. But anyway, it must have been something that made this Kenzie person feel a certain kind of way. And so they left a comment on the video, but not in the live chat, saying, "I apologize for making fun of your cancer and anything I said about your cancer, but not for anything else." Okay? That was what they said. I said, "Fine, that's fine. I guess half an apology is better than none. Have a great day." Not, we're not BFS. We don't, I don't have dealings with that person. You don't see them over here, really. If they do make comment, if they're ridiculous, I just block them and then they have another account, whatever. So for that, the SG voice got created. The parodies got made. And ironically, though, tonight, there she is thanking that person for their Cash App. So I couldn't accept a half-ass apology without all that shit going on. So I just thought I'd go back to the live stream just to show. I was doing an interview with I Heart Pink when, of course, as you know, she's known to do to come in and disrupt my live streams. That's what occurred. So here we go.
Yeah. Dude, Catherine was from Detroit. Catherine and I, we were Google Earthing last night, right? And we were Google Earthing some streets, her old street that she grew up on. She left Detroit in 1968. Here I am telling Catherine's story. I'm sorry, but last night it was just so interesting because we went on her street, which was Lynnhurst, the street that she lived on, when she lived in Detroit. I don't know what age she was, 68. And man, we were like just blown away. Sharon D. Hi, Dawn. Sharon, have you ever heard of Lyndhurst Street in Detroit? I mean, I'm telling you, Pink. Um, it was so hard to comprehend how this city was so. Oh my God! Have you ever looked at any of the abandoned city videos, Don? I mean, not Don. Pink. I'm sorry, I was looking at the chat. Pink.
I've actually been through an abandoned city, and it's I want to say Pilcher, Oklahoma,
Yeah.
and I did a lot of research on it because it fascinated me so much. But I drove through it like 4 times already.
Pilcher, Oklahoma.
Pilcher, Oklahoma.
How do you spell the first part of it?
I want to say it's PIL out of lead, and it's
Angel Soft toilet paper is strong and
whatever they just piled it.
Like garbage?
No, it looks like dust.
Dust? Really?
Well, my thing is like if tornadoes or anything went through there, it would scatter it about because it's right on the border of Kansas. Because the town right into Kansas, from Oklahoma, where that is, right into Kansas. I forget the name of that little town, but it's basically abandoned too.
So all of a sudden, then Sharon goes, ugh. Well, so she was in there, participating a little bit in the conversation, We're just having a general conversation. She goes, ugh, well, I'm good now. Tell you on my next line.
Oh, hey, Sharon, how are you doing? I'm good. I can't really remember either. That's a long time ago. She's talking about Detroit. And then Adair is talking to Sharon, and Sharon, Dominic says, Sharon, I used to stay at Dearborn Heights, off Sanborn, Lincoln Boulevard, block from school. I'm just going to get, well, I'm good now. Tell you on my next line. I just know that the house is all haunted. And my hubby used to call me Don. The houses did look that way. And I wonder where, like, the people.
Well, you know what? Somebody did YouTube videos of it. It's on YouTube.
Town?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we were watching. I mean, even I heard Gary, Indiana is like that.
It is?
Yeah, I heard Gary, Indiana is like that. I was watching a thing where somebody said they were at a red light and they stopped in Gary, Indiana, and a cop behind them turned the lights on. Amazed. Even the street, like
what was wrong?
Up the street, was bad. What's New Orleans look like now? Have they rebuilt it after the flood?
It still looks terrible, but a lot of the homes are finished, fixed. It looks fine.
What's your thoughts on that whole thing? Like, I mean, do you think that it happened, as an act of one time where the guy was chasing the other guy through, like it was filmed on the scene
yes.
of Louisiana, New Orleans. Now, are the burial grounds like that, or cemeteries like that throughout Louisiana, or is that just where they would be, flooded?
They had like families into these almost homes, and they are so old.
What is going on here?
So we're talking about normal things, right? So of course.
Did I miss a comment?
Sharon's got to start again. And wow, she's so mean, disrespectful, and just rude. Not just to you, but with you, she went low, unforgivably low, to me and others. Liar, total POS person who does not deserve your forgiveness.
What's she talking about?
Once again, my discussion's got to go towards her again. You know what I mean?
Sharon, did I see like a comment that I missed? Who does she mean? What was her last thing she said? Up here.
Gotta start scrolling up again, looking for what's going on again.
And the next comment I see is from Sharon. Do you see it? Oh, that Kaylee, the regular show. I saw she apologized. Well, I said
the regular show is Kenzie.
It's nice that you'll apologize about the cancer thing, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that I like I'm buddies with her or anything, but I think she's taken a step in the right direction, just saying sorry. I mean, if everybody said, I'm not going to accept your apology, so people.
Yeah, she said, I apologize for the cancer thing only, and that's it. I almost said something, but I'm like, no, it's not even worth it.
Right. You know what? They might have held it for a review or something. Maybe that's why I can't see. Because I see Lyndhurst, I see Adair, Main Man, and then tell you on my next live. No, I'm not fooled by her. And I don't want to be her friend. I'm just saying that, if every apology got refused from people, right, then they just stop apologizing. So, once in a while, someone's got to accept the apology, but it doesn't mean that, we're good and, she's in here and, part of the family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just, what would I rather have? Accept her apology for saying about the stuff about the cancer, or say, nope, not good enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's worth looking for. What do you mean? Nothing you say is worth looking for a dare. You say nice things, always. I don't know what's going on here. Sometimes I get so freaking blah.
Yeah.
The shit she said about you, what else? But what did she say about you? The last thing I saw, she was friends with you, Sharon.
Looks like still are, because Sharon just got a cash app from her. So I went through all this shit. This is like what she's saying. I don't go after anybody unless they go after me first. This is it. This is this.
Okay, Catherine. I mean, I don't see her much at all, but I see her, like, she changes the name all the time. So a lot of times I don't know that it's her. But
I don't even know
for
if it's
a
a
spell
her.
there, she was talking about sending. I mean, I get trying to splash with. What do you mean? But wow, like, I mean,
Is it really Sharon?
you accepted Bob's apology, and she said some pretty mean stuff too. And
Is it really Sharon?
I don't know. Is it? Is it really Sharon?
It was. She
Who said it's
texted
friends?
me.
Okay, I don't know if you're here, if this is really Sharon, or if it is, text me and let me know if it's really you. But because I don't want to have to, like, thank you, Adair. I feel like okay, I'm not going to argue about it. Yes, I'm not arguing about it at all. You're arguing about it yourself. I mean, you're the one who's like angry. I mean, I'm
See,
told.
I was just having a perfectly fine fucking chat. Interviewing I Heart Pink. And this is the excuse for getting parodies made of me and how somebody came at you first, really?
Totally, like, aware of.
SGM will be right back.
Okay, you can mute your microphone if you want. Yeah, Sharon, absolutely. If anybody said anything derogatory about you ever in any of my videos or anything, okay, all right. Oh yeah, okay, all right, you get. Yeah, I mean, I'm just, like you said, squashing beef. Like you said, it's easier and probably more healthier for me, and I mean, but I haven't seen. Maybe your mods remove the comments, or maybe you get to them, and now you get me fucked up. Now you got me fucked up. I ain't upset. I didn't get you anything. Yeah. Oh,
So
sure.
she was like all in big writing. Now you got me fucked up. All because I accepted somebody's apology that you're just tonight was accepting a fucking cash app from. I mean, seriously?
Yeah. Sharon,
I'm back.
I like you so much. You're so nice. You always have such a kind heart, Sharon. I see that in you. And I know that you're being put into a position that I know you're in a position, Sharon. But you know what? I'm going to like you anyway, because I understand that, I'm saying maybe if somebody had left that comment about you from the regular show or whatever it is on your channel at some point, perhaps maybe somebody didn't, maybe don't you delete comments that people say that are derogatory about you on your own channel?
Because I'm trying to tell her I never saw that regular show that Kenzie ever disliking Sharon. All I saw was him sending in her Care Bears, or I don't know, him, her, whatever.
I do. If somebody comes on and says, nasty shit about me or anybody, it is hard to understand. You have my phone number, and you can call me. You do have my phone number. You can call me anytime, day or night. I'll always answer the phone for you. And, yeah, Sharon. You do for Sharon, right? Exactly. Yeah, but see, Dawn just said exactly what I'm talking about, is that people who love and care about you will remove comments that are derogatory to their friends or themselves because they don't, you know, that's how I feel. Don't you, Pink?
Yes, I would remove them.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why
and I
never
told you to do that. I said, don't feel bad. If it's something that would hurt you, then it would hurt me. You know? I know she's trouble. She's not here. What makes you think she's my buddy or anything? I mean, I see her around.
I'm talking about Kenzie right there, which was using the name The Regular Show at the time, that Sharon accepted a cash app from tonight. And that at some point I'm supposed to think they're having a fight. I mean, I don't even know, like she's, the night before she's saying, I don't know why people are mad because I've accepted an apology from Bobbles. It's squashing the beef. And then the next day I'm a fucking this.
around Jules more than I see her here.
She doesn't
Even her
ever come
apology.
here. She doesn't ever come here.
No, she doesn't ever come here. So why are you arguing with me about her? Because she left one cut, but just call me. You know what? I love it. Hey now, this is crazy. Here's my number. So call me maybe. One time my daughter's friend, right, was in the back seat and I was dropping her off at home. And I didn't realize that she had like earbuds in and was listening to music. So she said that right before, she's ready to go out. Before, she's ready to go out to actually create drama. And that's what you're doing. Then that's not happening. I mean, me accepting someone before, she's ready to go out. Says, hey now, this is crazy. Here's my number. So call me maybe.
Here, come up.
And I go, oh, she must have kicked herself out. Well, just, you can use the link.
So the whole fucking interview just went off Pink onto this.
I'll drop it anyway, but you could come up, but not to yell about something that's not happening. I mean, me accepting someone's apology when I get so few of them is not something that should shock you so much. Why would it wow you? It wowed me to get an apology from someone like, yeah, you know what you're doing? I know what you're doing. You're here to actually create drama. And that's what you're doing, because this is not a drama show right now that's happening. So the calmness of it wasn't fitting the agenda of the, pick a side.
Because she had just made up with Bobbles then, so she had to start going after me then too, I guess.
You know what I'm saying? We don't pick sides here, and we don't go into people's live streams and try to disrupt them with drama. We don't do that here. We accept apologies when given because they're given so rarely, and we don't try to disrupt our friends' live stream. If we have something we want to talk about that might get misconstrued through texting, then we dial the phone and we keep it private because we respect each other's privacy and we don't want to make anybody uncomfortable. So if that's what you're trying to do, good try. That's all I like to say. You know my number. You have something you want to talk to me about, but this is not.
But why even would anybody even call their friend and be pissed at them? Do all this. Still go on saying, I don't go after anybody that doesn't go after me first. And then accept a cash app from that person tonight. Knowing that they're just fucking lying. I mean, like, dude, I didn't do shit to you.
A drama live stream going on. And I like you very much, Sharon. But please. Okay. You got it. You got it. Your big words, you got it. Your fucking capital letters, you got it. I ain't looking at it. You can write in capital all you want, but if you can't dial a phone, then it's just to disrupt the live stream. It's nothing that really is bothering you. Your main intent is to disrupt this live stream. And I've been around the block. All right? I'm not stupid. I know you're not pissed off about the regular show. If you are, you'd have been bitching about it on your own live stream. So you're trying to disrupt a calm conversation, and I tolerated it for as long as I'm going to. If it bothered you enough, you'd have called me privately. Okay? So that's it. Anyway, living in the coastal area of Louisiana, are you afraid of the same thing happening that happened with Hurricane Katrina?
No, I'm not.
So you're not below sea level?
Not.
I never really understood what that meant.
Me neither. This area is considered a flood zone. However,
Can anybody
Yeah.
like any of my mods? If that
So then, as I'm still trying to go on and do my show,
Me neither. This area is considered a flood zone. However,
can anybody
Yeah.
like
she's typing, wow, whatever, dude. You had no ill intention of that. I was giving you a heads up and bullshit. You are constantly talking shit and into it with everyone. Like, what the fuck? I'm just having a fucking no drama live stream, man. What the fuck? I hadn't really ever had any kind of so I heard Pink said in the comment here, it says SGI had fun on your panel. Can't wait to see you. Oh, how ironic. It was 1 year from me being diagnosed with stage 3 and Sharon makes cancer parodies. It was October 8th, 2021. Wow. And Sharon makes fucking cancer parodies. Sickening. Fucking gross. SG, I had fun on the panel. Can't wait to see who you will interview next. One thing I did observe last night was a couple of people pop in trying to push your buttons. I would be so ashamed to pop into someone's live and do that. One thing for sure, no one's comments got deleted. I may have been on the panel, but believe me, I was moderating at the same time. I read every comment. So, Jules, nothing was deleted. Nothing else to say on that. So, Jules must have been mouthing off in her live stream, claiming things were deleted. Sharon, sweetheart, you didn't have to mention a word about who SG thanks on her channel. After all, it's her channel. You actually made drama out of it. No other way to put it. I wouldn't have expected that out of you, and that's why I honestly thought it was a clone. Being on the panel, I saw the bigger picture, and it was so clear that either they were clones, and it wasn't a clone because she did text me and say it was her, or cruel intentions were out to bash SG once again. Shame on those. Hi, Hidden Blessings. Oh, that's cool, Hidden Blessings. Shame on those who did this, and also on those thumbs down. Whoever continues to do this clearly will get bored after a while, but they didn't, because SG isn't leaving YouTube because a certain few want her gone. It's time it ends. Have a great day, SG. Going to babysit 2 of my granddogs today. Love ya. Wish I could see what Jules' comment said. It said something about the Blueberry Crisp, like she was trying to say that the iHeart Pink account was Blueberry Crisp, but she wasn't Blueberry Crisp. That's weird that she was trying so desperately to find out who Blueberry Crisp is. What did you get to eat, Hidden Blessings? Me and Roscoe had McDonald's.
any of my mods? If that comment that I just pinned by accident isn't removed, yeah, you're constantly talking shit and into it with everyone. Oh, absolutely.
I know, Hidden Blessings, I know.
You're absolutely right about that. If I have a mod in here, Catherine, I do. Dominic, right? Catherine, Dominic. Can you remove that comment? Because I knew exactly what was going on there. And I'm sorry to interrupt you, think right then. Really sorry about it. But it pissed me off that the comment was still there. I'd appreciate it.
Don't tell anybody, Hidden Blessings, but they have issues. Not all of them.
You know what I'm saying?
Actually,
Giving me a
don't tell them, but they actually have good taste. And they like listening.
heads up. Like, okay, go fuck myself now. You know, let the
So that's what Sharon starts saying now. Go fuck myself, she's saying. All this because I accepted an apology.
That's the text of the truth. All right. I'm sorry, Pink. I gotta do it. If I don't get it out, it's gonna fester inside. I've been waiting. See, I didn't think that Sharon would do that ever. I didn't think she always has struck me.
The
as
only
a-
reason why I'm playing this is because imagine my surprise that this woman was still buddies with this person that she's accepting cash apps from and shit. Would she get a cash app to do this in my live stream? I wonder.
perfect new time. But I know
Oh,
that there's
sounds
this
good. That sounds good. Were they falling off the bone?
thing going on. I'm not stupid. And you tell me if I'm wrong. You watched enough silently, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's an aggressive campaign to join forces of bigger channels to attack somebody that has the only intention of doing good and making a change for the better in the world. If I don't do it, I don't want it to be because of lack of trying.
Right.
Okay? Yeah. And when people who don't have that intent see that going on, they try to take it down, right? They try to do anything in their power to do it. I, on the other hand, will try to do everything in my
That sounds good, though. Hidden blessing.
power to fight cancer, to educate people about it, to fight cyberbullying, to be a kinder person, to learn something about myself every day, to be a good friend, and to try to just be a better person all over. And I do not, I don't accept excuses like, I had to come on your live stream and start screaming because I have your phone number, but I'm not going to use it. And then I'm going to say it might get misconstrued in text messages. So if you know that you're an adult, you're in your 40s, pick up the phone, dial the number. I know an attempt at being disruptive.
Yeah, so that's a pattern of
really
Sharon's. That was a pattern of Sharon's.
Sharon, and I'm not even mad at you. I'm not even mad
That's
at you
why
so
when
much.
people say, SG, you're overreacting, like when she does that shit, it's not overreacting. It's a pattern of hers.
That I wouldn't speak to you again, and you're not blocked, but don't do that. If I don't do that to you, don't do it to me. And I don't know if I'm coming off like a bitch, like, you know. Yeah, she just texted me that I'm a bitch, but I've never been mean to Sharon. So
Thank
if
you for
that's
saying I
how she
wasn't coming
wants
off
to
as a
feel, I mean, I accepted an apology. That makes me a bitch. You see what I mean?
Look how the total vibe of my live stream changed. Because if people aren't talking about Sharon, she got to come in the room and start that shit. So she can go back on her live and go, I'm in their minds 24/7. They're obsessed. They can't stop talking about me. Just like how that night she came in, in a sock account and said, oh, Sharon's going live. Like, who does that? That's desperate. I mean, just stop. Even tonight, she was again saying, hippie chick, aka the, fucking troll, was asking Chosen One, blah, blah, blah. Here's the thing, okay, lady? First of all, the thing that you showed, oh, look how obsessed she was with Chosen One, right? He said to use his fucking name in those videos. And if you'd have checked the dates like I do, see, I do fucking research and stuff. Those were October 2nd. So why the fuck would I call myself Chosen One Mod on October 2nd if, not that I was only a mod from then, but what I'm saying is that's prior to October 8th, which is when he took the fucking wrench. So it wasn't, so there you go, Chosen One, you fucking piece of crap. And you too, Sharon. It wasn't only 24 hours. There's clear cut proof. Like, I'd fucking not be a mod on his channel and call myself Chosen One Mod. on a video made October 2nd. I mean, if you were any type of person who you say, I always tell the truth and show proof, all you had to do was click on those videos. And you asked me, was that true that, you know, like when we were talking, you had asked me, was that true that you were only a mod for 24 hours? Yeah, at least a month. Not a real long time, but at least a month, you know? And I said, no. I said, and she goes, well, how long for? I said, well, I don't know. I said, but anyway, the proof is like if you go to one of those videos that say chosen one mod and look at the date, you can tell. But her fucking theory is, no, I'll go and show those videos that say chosen one mod. And instead of proving that you were you know, so I was wrong earlier when I said, at least if Sharon sees something wrong, she'll say it, the right way or whatever. I was incorrect when I said that. So, nope, can't even give you that, Sharon, because, you're sitting there and I told you, any ones that say chosen one mod, just click on it and see the date. At least that'll tell you it was longer than 24 days. Can't tell you the exact amount of time, but at least more than 24 hours. Prove Tom's a liar. You can prove, but no, she can't do that, She got to just try to find anything. So here's the gig, Sharon. You know that you can't make an example out of them for making fun of you or telling people you have HIV if you don't have it. With that, you'd have to just have Irv get an attorney and, now you putting up a video of Irv's, or Carrie MB even, of Irv's medical records or Carrie MB putting up the death certificate showing the HIV, both of those things could be deemed, illegal. But the only way to prove if you don't have it, you have to actually pay for an attorney. And if Irv doesn't have it, then I guess he could pay for an attorney instead of flying you back and forth, right? Or putting you on a train. Where if you do have it and you're using needles, intravenous drugs in the bathroom, and coming out with any blood, and you do have it, because I've used the bathroom after somebody's in there, and you can clearly tell they've been in there for a while. They've been doing something fucked up, and you see little spots of blood around. I don't know why it does that. I really don't. I don't know why that does that. I have no clue. Maybe it's like, when you're getting blood taken and they quick put the cotton over it when they take and then they do the Band-Aid over it real quick. Maybe that's when they come out, the spots of blood. But if you do have it and you're going around, yes, then what they're doing would be illegal. But if you're running around fucking using, needles in places, I mean, I'm just saying, like, but if you don't have it, then you probably shouldn't keep saying, you're going to set the example of them, unless you're planning on paying for an attorney, because, yeah. Isn't that ridiculous?
Well, we're full aware of what this person is capable of doing. And they will never the whatever the regular show or whatever.
Kenzie.
Because it's
Yeah, we're not stupid here. I mean,
no,
we all
because we
know.
saw all the
yeah.
freaking videos that were
Yeah, I
made.
mean, and
About
like I
me,
forget that she fucking made videos about me being a transgender, or that
Yes,
she goes to
it's
Tasha
like,
Harris.
you
I mean,
know,
no, I don't forget that shit.
no,
But if she wants to humble herself a little bit, maybe learn a little, maybe she'll stop doing it to other people.
right.
You know?
If she doesn't get
Right.
any,
we were
any
talking
more
about Kenzie, the regular show here, right here.
or that's why I didn't respond because I'm like, I'm not gonna feed into this. So. But as for flooding, I'm just not really worried because the homes are built up and
In the meantime, Sharon was texting me all this rotten shit. She was gonna do parodies, this, that, and the other thing.
it hasn't flooded around here. I'm not saying it never will,
Right.
but
Have you ever had a natural disaster in your area? Like, what are the natural disasters that way?
hurricane?
You know, there's been so many hurricanes, yeah.
Oh yeah. Last year we had like 2 or 3 right here. Yes.
We had a tornado here. Was it like,
Yeah,
like
I
a
don't
twister?
like tornadoes. I don't like that.
Is that a twister? A tornado? Hazing of the street was so pothole. In fact, on now, I mean,
Yeah, she does. Oh, nah, you got me fucked up. I ain't upset. Man, she just wouldn't stop.
friends, what? Wow.
Friends, what? Wow. Clearly you don't watch my shit.
Clearly you don't watch my shit. I mean, this is all before I finally did that.
I mean, I did watch her shit. She was accepting bathing suits and shit from this Kenzie. She
You know,
says,
come on.
I mean, I get trying to squash beefs, but come on, I don't know. It's your call, but obviously, but wow. Now you know how annoying that is when somebody just keeps saying, wow, 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 wow. It's like, what the fuck?
I don't know, it's your call, obviously, but wow. I mean, come on, man. This is
The
obvious.
shit she said about me, whatevs. But for what she said about you and others, so what? Or something. I don't even. Can you believe this? While I'm have somebody on my panel. I'm fucking around.
Obviously. How would you take
See, my fucking person on the panel isn't even talking anymore. What the fuck, man? That bitch been fucking all because I fucking accepted an apology from someone she'd accepted a cash app from today, even.
I mean, and then up to this point, like, you know, this was to justify to get to the end of about to do my own life. See what I mean?
She goes, about to do my own live with a bunch of laughing emojis. Unfucking real.
Wow. Are you
Oh
drinking?
boy, poor fragile SG. What the fuck, man? How is this coming at her first? You guys saw it go down. She came in the room first, asking I heard Pink what state she lives in. A little bit with the chat, talking. And it got to this.
Like, are you drinking? I don't understand.
And this was a year anniversary of me being diagnosed with cancer. And I get 3 fucking parodies made of cancer for this.
Pink,
Hmm?
can you please give me some kind of opinion on what just occurred?
Well, yeah. I'm sitting here thinking that it's not poor fragile SG at all.
I mean, I'm shaking inside right now. I'm shaking.
You don't need to shake inside. This is a perfect example of that is wrong to approach someone in their life and start saying things like that, knowing it's going to be fuel to a fire elsewhere, as she's minding her business and others are coming in and saying little stuff like that. So it's wrong, wrong, wrong. And if she's having a rough night, well, you know what?
And then Don says, well, then do go on. She's probably had a rough night. Sorry, ladies. Love you, SG.
It's wrong. And it's not poor, fragile SG.
Yeah, and the laughing. I'm about to do my own live, and the laughing. I mean, I really was.
And if anyone takes this as poor SG fragile, then move on. Just move on. It's unacceptable. It's wrong. It's not nice.
We're just having a normal conversation.
Well, we can still have a normal conversation.
No, we
want to
can.
talk about that
I'm
flooding
like so
in
upset
Detroit.
because now I'm thinking of my, look at this new parody idea.
New parody idea alert with laughing emojis. This is what caused the parodies. So when she sits there and says she only goes after people who go after her first, she's lying. She's lying.
Yeah, alert. I want you to do it. Please do it. Because you ever hear of, nope. So, you know what I don't do is
Actually,
lay
don't
all my
even be
cards.
part of it. I wouldn't even be part of
I'll
it.
lay all my cards on the table, and I don't ever let people see me sweat. So let's go on to this. I'm sorry. I missed how long ago was the
we want to hear about Detroit flooding.
Yes, I do. Absolutely. People driving on the freeway were suddenly floating. Could you imagine that? Driving and suddenly floating. You know what else? I heard
So,
that.
of course, since she said she was going live and new parody idea, she goes live and she's got a wig on. And the first one in there is Jules. And Jules is going, and Luna shows up in there at that time, right? And Jules says, we knew you'd be here, Luna. You're too nice for that for her. And this whole parody thing with the voice and shit. As if she hadn't already planned it. When she says, oh, she had just gotten some new wigs. She's never worn those wigs. Other than for that. So the fact that she had already gone out and got all her props for it, this was all planned. Because she was friends with Bobbles and Jules again then. And not that I was buddy with her at all. But I mean, like for real, this is your idea of somebody going after you, Sharon? Really?
There's a bridge that goes over to Canada from Michigan. That is so. I guess it's one of those suspended bridge or something.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, and a car blew off it.
Well, we've had so much flooding here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like really, really lower parishes that are really low. Not a lot of people living there. But it's been underwater so many times that we actually have it's this, they're called the Cajun Navy. Mm-hmm. They rescue people non-stop. They'll go to other states to rescue people.
Here's what I don't understand too is, when like a basement gets flooded or something, Now I can say that after supper, motherfucker. Happy Friday. You know, I forgot it was Friday. You remember the times when we used to like look at aborted baby fetuses and the one of them things.
I was supposed to look that up.
Yeah, aborted.
We're talking about something being in medicine.
Does
I can't even wrap my head around it. Hey, so that is what got me thinking again about the dead babies, and thank you, Catherine. Donate to the government.
does
I can't even wrap my head around it.
no
It's common practice.
bridge thing?
Literally blew off the bridge.
SG?
Sharon was texting. You can see, man, that fucking bitch just threw me off my shit for content there.
Are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Can you
Okay.
hear me? Hi, Nicole. Hi. Yeah. Yeah. That is. Is it scary to drive across? Did he say that he drove across it? Somebody ever like came to pick me up for a date, and they had like a clown. They could do things like this too, and they said, you know, ran away with their tail between their.
So full disclosure comes in and says, just a heads up that Sharon is doing a parody of you right now, SG, on her live. That deserved a parody of Cancer. And she says, these people go low. Can you believe that shit? Fucking bitch. Fucking dumb bitch. Fucking
Okay.
stupid fucking bitch, really. "33 people in here, and not, well, 32 of them have no hands, and they don't know how to like form sentences and participate in chats. They just know how to gawk at people. I mean, really, I don't care like how much that comes off sounding, but I will tell you what. Hi, Rob Barnes. Thank you. Hi, Rob. Appreciate you. Thank you for saying something. And I appreciate Hidden Blessings. And when I go back through my live streams, Hidden Blessings is consistently always in my chats, and I appreciate her so much. I really do. She really inspires me. She really does. But the thing is, though, Rob, is in Sharon's video, you know, she's going on and on and on and on and on about like the HIV stuff, and if it, you know, if she has it, or whatever the hell it is, okay? But the bottom line is that she can't make an example. Like, she'd have to get an attorney if she doesn't have it, you know? And it's like based on a defamation or libel, slander thing. She'd need to pay an attorney for that. Now, the American with Disabilities might cover it if you do have it, and they're saying that. So, you know, you can't, like, unless you're prepared to get an attorney and you don't have it. But if you do have it, then yeah, you might be able to find some help. But I don't know why she's using that fan if there's air conditioning in what's his name's house. Doesn't he have AC?
Oh my God. But yeah, you guys know, she has rehashed my stories time and time.
Now, the only thing I said about the salad stuff was that Net should have put the dressing on before the croutons, or they'll get soggy. And then I went on to say how to keep lettuce fresh. So apparently that means that you do this.
Time and time again, but God forbid I mention a nut salad more than once. Look
I don't
too
give a
bad.
fuck if you mention a net salad. I understand that you don't have much content, so it's fine.
Ah, man, I had a day. You don't even know the day I had.
I don't know why she has to talk like that. Like who's
I don't know if I should talk
Hola.
about it. Oh my God.
Why are you using that fan? That's menopause, lady. You got menopause.
It's just too much. It's too good. The gossips will eat this up. My haters will eat this up. And
My haters will eat this up. The gossip is just too good. I think you're really like thinking too much of yourself.
twist it and turn it. So maybe I should just keep them.
And blessings. I didn't even notice her avatar. That's funny. That is funny. Wow.
Tell all my homies in the text. No. Hey Danielle, Nicole, how you doing?
Homies. Homie don't say that way.
Kitty
Kitty bang gang. Kitty bang gang bang.
guys. Okay, so these bitches are all freaking obsessed with me. That I'm all they think about. I'm all they.
Well, when you insert yourself into their live streams and try to wreck them, but other than that, you know, maybe there's a few. I don't know, but the bottom line is that I don't know. Let's just keep going.
Think about. Let me show you just a couple hours worth of posts from Chicken. No BS. These are yesterday.
They're not a couple of hours worth of posts. It's not like she sat there for hours writing dissertations. I'm sure it didn't take her hours to write them. So if there was hours in between, that's not a couple of hours worth of posts. Like you make it like as if the lady sat there for hours upon hours upon hours upon hours upon hours writing a book report about you. She didn't. But it seems like you would go back and keep checking and see what the next one was, what the next one was. Well, if people had enough money, they could do it. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't be able to sue YouTube because, fortunately for these social media platforms, these big, huge companies, they're immune to any kind of responsibility. But I've got my issues with that too. So I'm gonna keep going on with this, and since you're here, we can talk about that stuff because you seem to have some sort of a law background. So.
Okay. All right. Wait. Do I have them right here? Is this? Okay. Let me grab them.
All right, we don't need the
Alright,
screenshots.
so-
We've seen the screenshots like 6 or 7 times already. Okay, Sharon? About 6 or 7 times we've seen this.
Oh, this is last night. I heard a snippet of it, but I guess she did 2 lives going off about if I have HIV and you guys are harassing me the way you are and talking all that shit, I'm gonna take it public and let's see.
Okay, but that's the thing, Sharon. Do you have HIV and they're doing what they're doing? You can't act like you're going to make some, set some precedent if you don't have HIV and they're doing what they're doing. See, if you did have it and they're doing that, they could, be putting you in danger, subject to discrimination and other things. So they don't get to do that. On the flip side, I saw NetNet saying, I hope she tells any of her partners Okay, well, net, unless you're planning on having sex with her, hopefully she does if she has it, and if she doesn't and gets caught, she will be arrested. That's illegal. But on the flip side, people telling people about others, HIV is illegal because it subjects them to a lot of consequences. So, Sharon, you're talking pretty big for somebody that you're saying you don't have it. So anything you're saying right here is like kind of null and void unless you have it. Or you have the money to get an attorney and sue for defamation and slander, and it would probably be a civil thing, and I don't know how much, would actually, I mean, for myself, I want criminal charges for them.
Other, you just wait. I'm not ready to do it yet. And then I'm going to have an open panel one of these days, because wait till you guys see what was said. Oh my God. I'm going to have an open panel coming up soon where people can come on and spout out.
Well, what do you mean, see what was said? We saw what was said. It was on YouTube. Are you going to show us old screenshots again, or what?
On how they feel about what the disgusting stuff that I will present to you that is being said. Now, like I said, if I have HIV, that is my business.
Right. But do you have HIV? Hi, Grinch, is what when you're trying to like sue somebody or, set a precedence, that would be the question. Like, if you don't, then it's illegal for them to be saying it. Tomorrow's your live stream, right, Grinch? Looking forward to it. What time is it at again? I know, right, Grinch? Have you ever seen anything so ridiculous in your life? But then again, it's not bad because they do listen. We might have some of the most intelligent people here, and they just don't want to reveal their celebrity. They could be all celebrities that just love me to pieces, and they just don't want people to know they watch me because they're celebrities. Just kidding.
It is not to be broadcasted in a sick way, okay? Same thing for Irv, okay? That's our...
Yeah, but only if you have it. Now, right here, based on this, I would think oh, thank you, Grinch. I appreciate that. I'm gonna mod you so you can drop your link. And Eli's if you have it. Well, the thing is that she, if Sharon did have it, yeah, exactly. Right there she is. She is right there. And in fact, her making this video and saying this stuff, if she did have it and she wanted to sue these people on the grounds that she wanted to keep it quiet, right here would prove that, well, we're not sure if that's the fact because here you are stating it. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody really didn't, if she really didn't want people to, if she did, I'm saying if she doesn't have it, then basically she just has to have money for an attorney. And if he'll take, and she has to show some kind of loss of it from it or something like, so, hey, people identify as watermelons? Grinch? Do they really? Nuh-uh. I want to be a watermelon. No, I want to be a honeydew melon. I want to change what I am every day.
Our medical business. And since you want to come on here and clown and talk all that shit, a lot of people have HIV, okay?
Yeah, but they're not going to come on your piano, Sharon, and say it out loud, especially if, especially if you don't have it. Oh, I want to be a kumquat. Yeah, and what's worrisome is using, public bathrooms to, it being a bloodborne disease like that, to use, needles in places.
A lot of people have it, and you are offensive. And I am going to make sure everyone knows who said it, where their channel is. I'm going to take this beyond the CW.
But there's really nothing to take beyond. You're welcome, Grinch. Now you can drop your link. Unless you have it, Sharon, you'd have to get the American, the disabilities people involved. And if you have it.
You see, I'm not ready to do it. I gotta organize some shit. I gotta do some shit. But
you know that they're going to ask you if you really have it, Sharon, which you have said that you don't. Now, that's fine. I'm just saying. It's defamation if you don't have it and they're saying it, which will cost you money. And, but then again, you could go through your attorney general's office for, like the Better Business Bureau kind of thing, and will represent you as a consumer for defamation. But you'd have to sue them. You cannot sue the big people that are in charge, which right there really, that's a whole nother issue, Sharon. But see, that's a slow one.
This time, you went too far. Yep. Just wait. You just wait. I don't say things.
Only if you really have it, Sharon. Other than that, it's slander and defamation common every day on here. And unless you're fucking Johnny Depp. No, they're saying that she has it, and that's a fact. And that is illegal. It's not just against the doctor or the staff. It's it's illegal because it can cause discrimination for jobs and stuff like that. It can cause people, No, I don't mean that. I mean, I've been in bathrooms before where you know that somebody has used it for something like that and seen like little speckles of blood. I don't know where it comes from, like how it comes from. Maybe when they remove the needle. I don't know. I really don't know. But I've seen it. So I'm just saying, like, if that's the case and she does have, like maybe she shouldn't, you know, do that.
Unless I mean it. Okay. So I'm telling you now that you fucked up. All right. And that's all I'm gonna say on it. That's all. Can't do that. You cannot fucking do that. If I have HIV, you are not allowed. Well,
If you have HIV,
maybe you might be allowed. I don't even think you're allowed. No, you're not. But still, you can't get on there and ridicule me if I have a disease. Are you serious? Like what?
if you have it, Sharon. Same with you, with your cancer parodies that you made, and the picture of the monk with my face on it, making fun of how I lost my hair from chemo. See, because I did have cancer. And that really happened. It came off in one piece, and I looked in the mirror, and I looked like a monk. I didn't even know it had come off. Didn't even know. It was all still inside my towel in one piece up the top of my head. Came off in one piece. And the next day, you superimposed my face on a monk and made fun of it. See, Sharon, but I'm not looking to sue people civil. Because I feel like that's fucking criminal. Because if I'd have died, I would have gone out like that. People making fun of me in my last time and calling me a scammer and making me feel like not worth living. Same thing like, the movie Sixth Sense. Now I'm not crying. This is no pity party. Well, you know what? That's their lifestyle. They're not saying anything like that, but that's their gig. You know? And then do what with it, right? Because we've tried the ignoring them. Tried a lot of things, but what I'm saying is usually when people, and like yourself, how long um how long this stuff has gone on and how you still see it going on even with new people, and so it's cancel culture. So whether it had to do with, it's not hate what I have. I actually love the fact that I'm here to expose this because I wasn't sure if I'd be here. So for me, it's an actual who, me? You guys think I'm, see, thing is though, if evil people keep spewing stuff, it'll be somebody else if it's not me, right? I'm sure it's somebody else going on right now. That there's somebody else. Okay? If I was a weaker person, then I might, who knows? There's been weaker people who have, unfortunately, they are no longer with us in life. And their family, as heartbroken as they are, when they want to do something about what was going on with their kids, they were silenced. People would say, like, probably get over it, or they even got harassed, the parents of, so then they just stop and they just stop. And because these big companies, Google and, the social media platforms, the companies that own them, because they're immune to any court cases, right? They're granted immunity to that. There's no reason, there's no motivation for them to actually enforce any kind of protection for the people on social media. There's no repercussions to them. That shouldn't be like that, so they can just go by anything that makes them money, right? So I feel like it could be a good thing, the social media could be a great thing, but not if people just toss it aside and don't talk about it and don't do something about it in a big way, So I've done this before, but I'm going to do it again because a lot of people seem to think that it's as simple as just putting it aside for me, right? But Jaden Bell, 1997 to 2013, age 15, was an Oregon youth known for his suicide, which raised the national profile. Now, that was in 2013, so 10 years ago, right? But it's still going on. On youth bullying and gay victimization and bullying. Bell, a gay teenager, was allegedly intensely bullied, both in person and on the internet, because he was gay. He was a member of the LeGrand High School cheerleading team in LeGrand, Oregon, where he was a sophomore. On January 14, 2013, Bell went to a local elementary school and hung himself from the play structure. He did not immediately die from the strangulation and was rushed to the emergency room where he was kept on life support. The Associated Press reported that a spokesman for the Oregon Health and Science University of Portland's hospital announced that after being taken off life support, Bell died on February 3rd, 2013. Bell's death was largely reported in the media, yet it didn't do anything to affect laws, did it? I mean, they act like it is because all they show is the people who are like a lot of people who are under, uh, uh, starting discussions about bullying and the effects it has on youth. Well, how about the effects it has on everybody? How about the parents? His parents weren't youth. His parents were adults and they lost their child. It's not about the effect it had only on youth. The media reported his suicide stemmed from being bullied for being gay, which Bell's father fully believed, stating he was hurting so bad just the bullying at school, and there was other issues. Okay, here's one. Danny Chen, 1992. Right, Rob? Exactly. He was an American U.S. Army soldier from New York City who had served in the war in Afghanistan. Tortured and hazed by fellow soldiers. Oh my God, that's a disgusting, disgusting, disgusting. That's just unbelievable, man. Ryan Halligan, 1989-2003. 20 years ago, you'd have thought something would have been done, right? Was an American student from Essex Junction, Vermont, who died on October 7th, 2003, after allegedly being bullied by his classmates in person and online. He was allegedly repeatedly sent homophobic instant messages and was threatened, taunted, and insulted incessantly. So his death was reported by the Associated Press, but I bet his parents had probably complained to local news, the police, the school, the newspapers, the Associated Press. But it wasn't important until he was a statistic. His case has been cited by legislators. And he was repeatedly sent homophobic instant message, which was threatening, taunted, and insulted incessantly. I know exactly how that feels. Halligan's case has been cited by legislators in various states proposing legislation to curb cyberbullying. Well, did they do anything? I don't think so. It doesn't look it. In Vermont, laws were subsequently enacted to address the cyberbullying problem and the risk of teen suicides in response. In 2008, his suicide and its causes were examined in the PBS Frontline. That was 15 years ago. I mean, let's be for real. Nothing's been done. Nothing. Tyler Long, 17, 1992, 2009. Was a student with Asperger's syndrome. Students would steal from him, spit in his food, and call him names like gay and faggot. When his mother went to the school to complain about the bullying, the school responded to them saying that boys will be boys, or he just took it the wrong way. On October 17, 2009, 2 months into his junior year of high school, he changed from his pajamas into his favorite t-shirt and jeans, strapped a belt around his neck, and hung himself from the top shelf of his bedroom closet. Megan Meyer, 1992-2006, age 13, an American teenager from Darien Prairie, Missouri, who died of suicide by hanging on October 17, 2006, 3 weeks before her 14th birthday. A year later, Meyer's parents prompted an investigation into the matter, and her suicide was attributed to cyberbullying through the social networking website MySpace. Allegedly, the mother of Meyer's former friend created a fake profile, which was intended to use Meyer's messages to get information about her and eventually humiliate her. Okay. All right. So right there. So the mother, so the adult, an adult. Wow. So I'm sorry if my content isn't good, Grinch, for you. To each their own. perhaps you could imagine maybe if I was your sister and people were doing the things that they do. Another thing is this, is that on here, I just want to show. Now see, if that was any of them were my kid, I guarantee you that, my God, I can't even. Mm, mm, mm. Hold on, I'm looking something up. Okay, so what I typed in was, well, that's a long list, and I'm sure that there's school records and stuff. Now, so I typed in arrested people that accuse someone of faking cancer. What comes up is Iowa woman arrested after allegedly faking cancer. 19-year-old TikToker arrested for faking cancer. Pennsylvania woman for faking cancer. Madison Russo, 19, charged in GoFundMe cancer scam. Pennsylvania woman accused of faking cancer, collecting $10,000. The other one collected $37,000. So we've got all these people here who were arrested for faking cancer and having a fraudulent GoFundMe. They don't get it both ways. I don't give two fucks. Because if they took the time to investigate if somebody was faking cancer and found it to be true, then when people are here's the thing though, Sharon and Bobbles, whatever their gig is their gig. Unless they have the documentations and shit to prove everything, then their shit's just null and void and it's neither here nor there to me. But GoFundMe and the law doesn't get it both ways. They don't get to arrest people for, for fraud. I know, hidden blessings. We don't have the proof, so they're neither here nor there. But I have medical records to prove every fucking thing they did. And if GoFundMe and the law is going to arrest people for doing that and call it stealing money, then it's got to go both fucking ways. They don't get it. They don't get it both one way. It ain't happening like that. They don't get to fucking have all these stories arresting people of faking cancer and having fraudulent GoFundMes and have not one fucking case where they've done what they've done. Now, they think it's a fucking crime to, fraudulently collect money for something, then they're going to think it's a fucking crime to accuse somebody of doing it. because I don't want to be accused of a crime fraudulently. Of course, they're scammed for donations. What does that mean? If they're going to call it a crime, though, then it's a crime to accuse somebody of doing it that isn't doing it. Or it's going to be. If it isn't yet, it's going to be. What are scams for donations? What are you guys talking about? I understand that scams do go on. But calling somebody a scammer that isn't, that legit was fighting cancer. It's not, it's just not occurring. You know what I'm saying? It's you know, I'm and then, like, how, like, there's 38 people hanging out here. Like I said before, I used the example of the movie The Sixth Sense, okay? When he's sitting there and he's talking and he's just feeling like, why are these people, like, at first he probably didn't even realize, that nobody was talking to him. But so what this is, and I've seen it, I've seen Jules and Bobbles and them say, the best thing we can do for her is to pretend she doesn't exist. Pretend she doesn't exist. Now, when I don't know, like, but if anybody in here has ever been, I don't even know why we're talking about Bobbles. Yeah, but we're not talking about it being fraud. We're talking about it not being fraud. And I get it. People think we can't talk about cancer. SG talks about cancer. Well, goddamn straight, I'm talking about cancer. Because there has to be a case that sets the precedent. And when it's compelling, and I'm just not, a bunch of people who sit in a room and don't talk to somebody, they think that makes me feel like, am I dead already? Do these people hate me? Why won't they talk to me? Actually, it doesn't. When was I reading headlines? Just now, there. Who was saying what do you mean? Those were all cancer ones just then that I was talking about. This is how evil ends up having bigger voices, because people will sit there and try to tell people who think things, it is worth it, and at the end of the day, it's for a good cause. And at the end of the day, if I don't succeed, it won't be for lack of trying. And I plan on making a difference. I'm not going to have these people sit there going, I know exactly what their gig is, and it's coming from the people who initially started it, which would be, people who get off on this shit, like Jules and Bobbles and Tom and Vern and, whoever else initially went into this. They can't stop until I'm silenced. My silence, it's like if I change the topic on here, they're still gonna talk because they don't. That's them. That's their personality. My personality is to fight for what's right and just, and that's just who I am. That's just who I am. If I went, to college, probably go for political science. You know, I'd probably be a great lawyer. Like, I'm not fucking around. Like, Sharon gonna sit there going, "Hey, you guys are pro. I'm gonna set the example with you." Sharon, you're not. You're not. Unless you have the background history to back it up that, and that it's hurt you and hindered you in some kind of way, or, but your character prior to, your criminal history and, and the things that people have, even all of that would come into play. If you don't have it, I don't know why you're like even talking like that, because unless Earth's going to buy you an attorney, and a pretty expensive one it would have to be. And I don't know, I mean, and as far as you'll get is civil with fucking Mary and fucking, people who like really aren't, they don't care. It doesn't, whatever. The point is I know it's late, so there's probably, but there's quite a few people here who aren't speaking. So unless they're going to write letters to their local representatives or in their own communities on YouTube, try to mention this and think about people that they know that feel, maybe their kids are being harassed in school or anything, and this just isn't about social media. This is about character assassination is a real fucking thing, okay? Whether or not people who haven't gone through it think that, I mean, we got Sharon over there going, ha ha, only a day she was in mine, ha ha, and pops up videos that if she'd have clicked on when they were made, would have seen that no, not just a day. You could clearly see there's the proof. It wasn't just a day. But instead of trying to show something that was the truth, you would prefer to lie to try to get some kind of ha-ha out of it, Sharon. So your credibility is shot to shit anyway, and mine is not. I would appeal to people who use their voices and aren't afraid of, people such as, like the other, I don't know, 35 people sitting in this room that are just sitting here because they enjoy what I'm saying, but would be too scared to defend. Like, say I was saying all this stuff and 37 people were sitting there, listening, right? And they were like, oh, it's not boring enough to go somewhere else anyway. I'll stay here and watch this person. And then someone came along and everybody saw them in clear view and shot me. They'd be the people who would turn their heads and say, we didn't see anything. We didn't see anything. Because they wouldn't have the balls to stand up for something that was true and just and be willing to, you know, this isn't about me. This is about so much stuff, you know. But I guess when I'm having live streams, you know, even if I was having a live stream bashing people, and these uber-side trolls who want to be like, everybody don't talk to her, make her feel like she's already dead. Maybe it'll come back and maybe she'll end up doing that. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. It's bound to work someday. Well, go fuck yourself. It makes me more fueled to. I mean, I'm sorry if I'm not making good content. Wow, I just can't. Well, cool to come in, drop the link, tell me I'm not making good content. Not trying to sound any kind of way, but alrighty. Just saying. Glad I could help you out. Anyhow, peace, love, and tacos, you guys. See ya.